in life. And living with her, not doing anything. I had a crummy job. I wasn't even going to school anymore. I was not progressing. I wasn't moving forward. I was maybe even moving backwards. I wasn't even standing still. And she said I can't come with her because I wasn't moving forward. She wants me to move forward, and so she had to tell me to go. And it was one of the best things she ever did for me.
And he did also point out that all of Robin's adult kids still live with her, and Cody's there all the time, and he never says anything about kicking them out, yet he's kicking Garrison out, which does seem super unfair.
Dad had Dayton and Aurora, who are both adults, and Brienne, who is almost an adult, in the house that he mostly stays at, and
we noticed that, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
And Garrison decided he wants to live his life and has responsibilities, legally and financially, to other things.
I mean, Cody is as much Garrison's parent as Janelle is, or I guess he's, supposed to be, but you can clearly tell that no one really views him as a parent on the same level as the moms, and that really says a lot about Cody. Plus, the other thing that Paedon pointed out was how, Cody will refer to the kids as Janelle's kids, but then call some of the kids, our kids. So it's like, he's definitely talking about Robin's kids when he does that. I mean, Robin's, always come first, apparently. It's just not cool, I guess. And not only that, it's just kind of sad to see.
There was always a distinction, and he calls them Janelle's kids, and he calls Mom's kids Christine's kids. He sees it in the same way. It was ridiculous. It was honestly ridiculous.
And there are some kids that get called our kids. We've noticed that.
And honestly, guys, I think it's kind of sad that he notices that. I mean, clearly, he and Cody have their issues, but they're also Cody's kids, and it seems unfair that Cody just so clearly displays this favoritism towards some of them, and it makes me feel kind of bad for him. I mean, Paedon, also talked about how he's not just close with Garrison, but also with Janelle, and he really seems to have a lot of love for her as he grew up really close with her. But the funny thing was, though, that when the interviewer was asking him about his relationship with Mary, his entire demeanor completely changed, and he said that he isn't even close with her, and he never really has been, and the same goes for Robin, and apparently he's never even really tried to be closer to either of them, and they don't really try with him either.
You're not
Never
close
have
to
been.
Yeah.
Never have been.
So I don't really know about you guys, but I mean, it doesn't really surprise me that he's not close with either of them, but it's kind of a shame that they've, seemingly never even tried with him, I guess. I mean, don't you think? I just don't know how to feel about it. But that all being said, there was another thing, Paedon said that I really don't know how to feel about, because for some reason, he talked quite a bit about his parents', romantic sides, and don't you think that's kind of disgusting and gross? I mean, they are his parents, so why on earth would he ever need to talk about that? But either way, he said that, they've had these romantic issues from the start of their marriage, and I don't even want to know why and how he knows any of that. But he also said that his family's problems didn't start with Robin, but that they were brought to the surface when she joined the family. And he said that, it wasn't a bad thing, but it was just what happened. But he also mentioned that it, wasn't really Robin's place to talk about his parents' marriage at all, which I kind of do agree with. I mean, don't you guys? I mean, why should Robin get to say stuff about Cody and Christine's relationship? It is just weird. So, anyway, speaking of Christine, he did say that when she finally kicked Cody out, the kids were all super supportive. They were like, "Go, Mom," which I honestly kind of find hilarious, because you can really see what they thought about Cody and their relationship when they say stuff like that. And another thing that he did mention, but he doesn't think anything has happened yet, was that Aspen has been trying to set up Christine on dates, and he also said that while Christine isn't likely dating yet, she apparently said that when she does find someone, she wants her partner to be close with Cody. But I don't really know about that, you guys. I mean, I don't really think that Cody will ever be mature enough to get along with her potential future partner. I mean, what do you guys think? Put in the comments below, but I just can't really see Cody being the bigger man here and being nice to him. I mean, I have a feeling that if it happens, it's going to go pretty south pretty fast. I mean, don't you guys agree? But anyway, Paedon also spent a lot of time talking about Robin and Cody's relationship, and he has said some pretty major things that I just cannot believe he's putting out there. And one of the things was that he actually called Robin's, Cody's soulmate, and that it's a pretty bold statement to make. I mean, don't you guys think? I mean, considering that Cody technically still does have 2 other wives left, why would he call, Robin Cody's soulmate? And with a polygamous family, what does that even mean? So, he said that Cody did love Christine, but that Robin is clearly his soulmate, and that he's happy for him. And I don't really know what to think about that. I mean, I feel like that really makes it seem like Cody's only with Robin now, but, what about Mary and Janelle? So, how do they even fit in? I mean, the thing is, we all know that Cody always takes Robin's side on everything, but I feel that, with Paedon saying this, there has to be even more behind it. Like, it really makes me wonder what's going to happen with the whole family. There was just another funny thing that Paedon did say that I want to say real quick about Cody and Robin, which really made me laugh, you guys. And I just couldn't believe he was so blunt about this. But anyway, when he was asked, he said he really doesn't want Cody and Robin to have more kids, which, he literally said, please, no. So that was kind of hilarious, and he just went, from there. Well, anyway, guys, one thing I did want to get your guys' opinion on was when, Paedon was doing all these interviews in the first place. Don't you think that's kind of weird? He's not on the show. He's not really in the public eye at all. He literally said that he doesn't even watch the show. So why is he giving all these interviews? Is it because he wants to defend his